Noah Miller has always carved his own path through life. An active child at the age of 10, Miller was training 7 days a week as a competitive swimmer and playing competitive soccer. He had played touch football and basketball. He'd done gymnastics and racket sports. He was exposed to water polo because of his mother. Fellow 2025 inductee Clara Kazmarki Miller was the executive director of Water Polo Saskatchewan.
I got to throw a ball around while swimming and play a team sport, and I just got in love with the sport right away, and I begged and pleaded my mom and my dad to let me play and maybe let swimming go by the wayside. And after some convincing, they said, okay, well, if that's what you're going to do, then you commit to that. And I was still continuing to play my other sports.
It didn't take long for water polo to be his focus. At 15, he was selected to be a part of the junior national program led by coach David Hart. Robin Randall and Kevin Graham from the Regina Squids joined him on the junior national team. That generation of Saskatchewan players finished second at junior nationals in 1999, the highest finish in the province's history in age group competition. And Miller was the tournament's MVP.
I would tell people, one day I'm going to make the national team. Well, there were some naysayers out there that were like, you're too small, you'll never make it. And that just motivated me more to make sure I made it. So when I made the 1997 junior national team as a 17-year-old on a 20 and under team, so I was an underager because they run every 2 years. So when I made that team, I knew that, okay, if I keep working hard, I'll make the next junior national team in 2 years. And who knows where the limit is.
Miller was motivated to represent Canada beyond his time on the junior national team. He skipped his high school graduation ceremony and instead went to Calgary to join the new Canadian National Men's Training Center, which had just opened.
So I graduated, finished my last exam, drove to Calgary, and started training with the men's national team. And 2 years later, I solidified my spot. And I thought, hey, I'll just play this out for a couple of years and see what happens. And I'll go back to Regina. Well, I'm still in Calgary.
Hart's junior team had been assembled with the goal of being the most successful Canadian junior team ever, and they achieved their goal by finishing 8th at the Junior Worlds.
And so it was one of the highest place finishings ever for a Canadian junior national team. And so that's a little bit of a highlight too. We actually played really well against a lot of the top teams in the world.
Miller was a member of the men's national water polo team from 2000 to 2008 and served as the team's captain for 5 of those years. He competed at 6 world championships, 3 Fish Shoe University games, and won bronze medals at the Pan Am Games in 2003 and in 2007. Miller also has won 6 national club titles, tying the record for the most by a Saskatchewan player with Kent Hardesty. One of those came in 2006 with the Regina Squids, the only time a Saskatchewan team had won a national title.
When I first started playing with the Regina Squids, the senior team was finishing towards the bottom of the ranks, but they were always there, always competing. They certainly helped us as age groupers, like when I was 14, 15, 16, 17, playing against those senior men, helped us grow as water polo players.
Shot scores! Noah Miller!
In 2006, Miller played professionally in Australia for a year. The next year, they offered him 10 times the amount of money to stay. While he wanted to accept the offer, the national team was preparing for Olympic qualifying ahead of the 2008 Beijing Olympics, and Miller was strongly encouraged to return to Calgary by the national team head coach. That year didn't go as Miller had planned. He left the national team program 2 months later after a disagreement with the head coach.
And I ended up taking a complete year off of water polo, while my friends on the national team went to Olympic qualified for the Olympics, and went to the Olympics. So I do think things happen for a reason. Now, I look back now and I see where I am with an amazing son, a great life, amazing friends. Things happen for a reason, right? I knew when I walked away from the national team that my close and amazing friends on the national team wouldn't hold anything against me, and also that my other friends that weren't on the national team, they appreciate me for who I am and what I stand for. And that made it so I knew I had to stand up for myself, and that's why I left the national team.
Miller decided to start his own club from scratch in 2010, and the Bowness Monster Water Polo Club was born. He was a player, head coach, and general manager, and he even designed their logo. His leadership and respect in the water polo community led to a number of top players joining his club, including many players with ties to his home province. The Bowness Monster did things their own way, training together only once a week, and the veteran team won 2 national titles in 3 years.
Because I wanted to create an endpoint for myself. I needed something that I could walk away from water polo knowing that is the finality, that's the grand finale right there. And a lot of my friends had that in going to the Olympics. So we did back-to-back in 3 years of existence, back-to-back senior men's national champions. That's the highest level of play in Canada. Yeah. So there, I got my endpoint, and that was the great thing.
Installed in the Saskatchewan Sports Hall of Fame on September 20th, 2025, Noah Miller.